And we are live. This is DistroTube Live, April 14th, 2018. Today I'm going to be playing a little Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Again, I'm not much of a gamer. You guys have seen me play this game before. You know I'm terrible at it. The last time I played this game was the last time I streamed and did this game because I was testing out a new Linux install at that time, and I just wanted to see how things were working as far as live streaming something like a Steam game using OBS. And that's the only reason I'm doing this today, is mainly just to test out my new Arch install. About 3 or 4 days ago, I installed Arch Linux on my main production machine, and I haven't done a live stream yet using Arch Linux on this machine, so I'm going to test out OBS and see if the stream is working. You guys that are in the chat, mic is a little low. That's what I needed to know. Actually, mic is really low. How about now? You guys hear me? Test 1, 2, 3. Of course, there'll be a little lag from where I asked that question and you guys' response. There's a little bit of a delay. Yep. Okay. Alright, so trying to get all the mic levels set, also the desktop audio level set. When I load up Steam, I might have to play around with that. I've set it pretty low because I don't want the Steam game. You know, Counter-Strike has a lot of gunshots and explosions and stuff. I don't want that to come across too loud on the stream, so I'm going to set that pretty low. If it's too low for you guys to hear anything, just let me know. Alright, so everybody in the chat, let's actually take a look at the chat. We got Lamer, Mr. Go F Yourself. What's up, DT? What's up, Mr. F? Kenneth in the chat, Adrian, Zeb, Smiley, Diamatma. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and fire up CSGO. And see if I actually remember how to play this game. What am I doing here? I'm just looking through the inventory. One of these days I'm actually going to read the instructions to this game and figure out how to play it. But for now, I'm just going to wing it, as I always do. Looking back at the chat, is that Used or Juiced? I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce your name, but we just released Sabian 1805. That's awesome. I love Sabian. I've actually done a few videos on Sabian here on the channel, did some VM installs. I installed Sabian on real hardware many years back, a really old version of Sabian. I think it was Sabian 8 or 9. That was many years ago. Sabian has always been a great distro. And waiting for the game to load. You guys that are in the chat, when the music was playing inside the game, were you guys able to hear it? Was the level good? Was the level too loud? And looks like your name is Used. I'll try to remember that. Forgive me for mispronouncing your name. And I guess I'll do the counter terrorists, if it'll let me. Auto select. Okay. You guys don't hear anything? You hear gunfire at all? Let me see. There should be some desktop audio. You guys hearing anything that's going on in the game right now while I spectate? Nope, no music. I think the stream is lagging a little, or that might be me. Alright, well, let's see what the audio problems are here. You know what? I think you're right. I think I may be having some streaming problems here. Let me exit out of this. And this is the reason why I do these test streams using CSGO. I'm going to actually exit out of the Steam game for a second. Alright, so it looks like I'm getting an error message actually in OBS. It says encoding overloaded. Consider turning down video settings or use a faster encoding preset. I'm not exactly sure what that message is about. Let's see. As far as encoding, video output is currently active. Well, I can't change anything while I'm streaming anyway. Was it lagging a lot? Yeah, it's lagging occasionally. For me, it's lagging a lot, says Adrian. Well, that's why I was doing this. This is, again, it's a fresh Arch Linux install, and it's kind of a minimal install. I haven't really done much with it yet, so. Yeah, Diamatma says, oh, it's not just me. I thought it was because I'm on the other side of the ocean. No, it appears to be lagging. See, are you using NVEC? The NVENC, let me see. I actually copied over my config files from OBS from the last install I was on, running Lubuntu. I'm actually not sure where to find that information here in OBS. I haven't had to play around with it like this before in a while. I've streamed actually from about 5 different distros in the last month and a half. And this is the only one I've had lagging issues. What bitrate are you using in OBS? Video bitrate is 2500, audio bitrate is 160. The encoder is not set to NVENC. I wonder if I can apply that midstream without killing it. Let's see. And some of you guys mentioned no lag. It's easy to set up Arch with UEFI. Do I just need to create a EFI partition, or is it more complex? I've never done a UEFI partition install with Arch. I didn't bother on my main machine. I never do UEFI, but check out the Arch Wiki. The Arch Wiki is pretty good documentation. If you just read it step by step and do as it says, you should be good. If for some reason something trips you up, as long as you've done some research and at least made an attempt, then go to the Arch forums and ask for help. You'll receive it. Okay, stream is fine now. So I changed the encoder. Good call. Who was that mentioned the NVENC Lamer? Yeah. Because it was set to the encoder being the software encoder, which was X264. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually open up CSGO again and see how it goes. Okay, so once stream has started, I can't change the encoder. Okay. So it's still going to be the same as before. Well, let's see if it lags. I'll spectate a game and see what goes on here. Back in the chat, Diamatma, it's really easy to install Arch with UEFI. In fact, I had less problems with Arch than with any other distro. That's good to know. Okay, guys, so right now it's loading up this game map. When I get in the game, I'm just going to spectate for a little bit and see how it goes. I'm actually watching the stream too. I've got Firefox opened up on one of my 3 monitors here, and I'm watching the stream on YouTube just to see if it lags. Right now everything looks fine, but it was definitely lagging really badly the first time I tried to launch this game. Alright, so and Lamer mentions, yeah, the NVEC encoder, you have to have an NVIDIA processor. I have an NVIDIA GPU, so I'm good on that. Alright, and watch the language, you guys. It's always interesting joining these public games. The kids and their foul mouths. You know, mom and dad are away from the house, so they gotta use their potty mouth. Alright. So how's the stream looking, guys? Is it lagging at all? Yeah, I can see it's lagging now. I'm actually watching some of it. It's lagging pretty bad. So I think Zeb was right that I'm not going to be able to switch encoders while streaming. I'm actually going to have to stop the stream and then come back. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Let's see how this works. Let me go ahead and exit out of Steam. You know what? Let me try one last thing. There's one other thing I want to try before I leave this here. One thing that could be causing the problem. Okay, so I'm gonna. The video is choppy, but the stream isn't lagging. That's what I was thinking. If you guys were hearing my audio, was there any lag in the audio? Because if it's only the video and it's only while I was trying to play Steam, the CSGO game in Steam, then I don't know. Any suggestions? I need a cup of coffee. Reading the chat here, video is choppy, but the stream isn't lagging. This is like 0 frames per second. Mr. Go F Yourself says the stream is good for him. That's weird, because it definitely wasn't good for me, because I was viewing the stream as well. Said if you have OBS open and Firefox watching it, that will affect the frame rate and lag. Yeah. I usually do it at least for a few seconds, though, just to make sure the stream is working. But I will close out the tab I had open that was watching the stream. Audio was fine. No audio lag. Still no game sounds. Okay, so we still have no desktop audio. Well, I am at a loss here. Because every time I've done these CSGO streams, everything just worked out of the box. But you know what? It may be the encoder problem that I changed before. Let me go back to some of the settings here in OBS, see if there's anything that looks out of place from where I usually have it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stop the stream, and then I'll start it again and see if changing that encoder actually helped. I'll be right. Alright. And I should be back live here. Yeah, some funny stuff going on in the chat here. You guys have probably not seen a stream like this lately. But you know what? This is me. I just wing it most of the time. If you guys have seen some of my streams before, I mean, I've had some complete fails sometimes streaming. I had one stream that I did an entire hour stream where my computer was froze up the entire time and I literally could not do anything. I actually had to power off the machine to kill the stream. Alright, so I'm watching a little bit of the stream in Firefox now that I restarted. Everything looks good here. I think it's just a Steam problem. I'm going to open up Steam one more time. If it still looks pretty bad, I won't even bother playing Steam. But again, this was just an experiment. I just wanted to see how live streaming was working on my new Arch install. So I know I've got a couple of issues to fix for next time. But if I can't game, then we'll do something else. I'll do some news or read some chat or read some of the channel comments. I'm sure you guys have a lot of stuff you want to talk about. Here in the news lately, of course, everybody wants to talk about Deepin being spyware. I really don't have too much to say about that. I'm not sure if Deepin is really spyware. Though people have been claiming it is for a long time. Mr. Go F yourself. The third time is the charm. Yep. Alright guys, so I'm actually firing up Steam, but I'm not showing you guys Steam. Let me go ahead and switch screens here so you guys can see what's going on if I can get out of Steam. Well, actually I'm stuck in it now. Give me a second and then I'll show you guys the gameplay. I'll sit here and read the chat while this loads though. Diamatma, that's why I like your channel. It is authentic. When something breaks, you deal with it in videos or streams when others wouldn't dare. Yeah. I actually try to keep all the mistakes and everything in my videos because I actually feel it provides some value, actually, when you guys get to see all that stuff. Zeb, Suicide Linux would be fun, yeah? Alright, I'm going to spectate here for a second. And I will tell you guys, already, just watching this for a few seconds, the encoder, I think, was the problem. Wow, I mean, this is so much better. Good call, Lamer. You guys, Lamer Linux. You have any support questions at all about streaming with OBS, contact Lamer. Alright, so I'm actually going to try to play the game now. And I would have never thought about the encoder. I thought that encoder was already set to the NVEC encoder. But I guess some things changed on me when I moved from Lubuntu to Arch here. You guys getting any audio in the game now? Diamatma asks what this game is about. It is a first-person shooter. Basically, you run around and shoot the other team. We got gameplay sound now, so everything is working. So I'm going to go ahead and run through the warm-up round here. We have a 30-second warm-up period here where I can go around and... This isn't for real just yet, but Basically, CSGO, you have two teams playing against each other. You have the terrorist team that plants a bomb somewhere, and the counter-terrorist team that has to either kill all the terrorists or defuse the bomb. So, alright. And I am not very good at this game. I'm not a gamer at all. The last time I played CSGO was about a month ago when I basically did what I just did here. I installed a new operating system and I wanted to test out OBS streaming. So the best way, I installed Steam, installed CSGO, and did it like an hour-long stream of me sucking really bad playing this first-person shooter. But it is a good test to see, you know, how things are going. Because honestly, I would have thought the stream was going well had I not opened up Steam and tried to play CSGO, because just recording my desktop and recording my webcam looked okay. Okay, you guys mentioned my mic is not equal to the gameplay volume. Yeah, I purposely have the gameplay volume turned down. Is it too low, or is it, would you guys prefer me to turn it up? And have I checked out any other Valve games? You should check out Half-Life, Portal, etc. They are really good. No, because I just have no time to play games. I really don't. I have so little free time. I actually haven't turned on a TV in about 6 months. No kidding. You know, I work all the time, work a couple of jobs. Then this channel here making all these videos has become pretty much a third full-time job for me. I barely get any sleep these days. So, okay. Mr. F said turn up the game volume. Okay, that's what I needed to know. Because I can't hear the game volume the way you guys can hear it. Because you guys are hearing it through OBS. I'm actually hearing it through my headphones plugged into speakers. And you know what? I don't think I can get out of the game here. Any suggestions on escaping the mouse? I can't get out of the CSGO window here. I may just have to exit the game to go adjust the volume. That would be unfortunate. Well, let me go back to the lobby. I don't have to exit all the way out of the game, but once I get here, it'll let me escape the mouse. And now I can go back into OBS. I'm going to go ahead and adjust the desktop audio up a few ticks. Alt-Tab or the super key? Okay. The problem with the super key is not going to work for me, Zeb, because the super key is the mod key here in the tiling window manager I'm using. So that's probably why. But yeah, I should have tried Alt-Tab. Matter of fact, let me see if it'll work now. It won't let me do anything while I'm on this initializing world screen here. But once I actually end the game, I'm going to try that Alt-Tab and see if it works. The super key is not going to work for me. The problem with these tiling window managers is most of them have their mod key set to the super key. So any keyboard commands, any key bindings with the super key, like in your programs, usually are not going to work. At least not as expected.
Can y'all get some more kills?
Yeah, Alt-Tab is not working for me either, so that's unfortunate. I'll have to find a way to...
I'm just saying, I have 33.
What I should probably do is when I do these streams in Steam, since I need the super key to escape out, is at least while I'm streaming on Steam, I should set my mod key to the Alt key instead of the super key. It'll be kind of confusing for me because all my key bindings, of course, are going to be all messed up, but having some problems here moving around. F to hold, to inspect. Okay, why are they telling me this? I've actually never had that message come up before trying to tell me how to play the game. I don't think it did that the last 2 times I've done these CSGO streams. Anyway, how's the sound now? Looks like Mr. Go F Yourself says the sound is better. Awesome. So now that we've got all that straight, I'm going to quit playing around with the computer, and I'm actually going to try to play the game. Just to see if I can do anything here. Again, I warn you guys, I am not much of a gamer. The last time I gamed at all was playing this game about a month ago on a live stream, and it didn't go real well for me then. But I am on Team Terrorist. I do have a Glock. So, ooh. Ooh, dang. And I just got an AK-47. And I really wanted that AK. Used mentions that he would love to hear my thoughts on Sabian 1805. Yeah, I will absolutely take a look at it. Because I've actually been looking for some distros to review on the channel. Because oddly enough, it's kind of a slow time for new distro releases because everything is happening at the end of the month with the Ubuntu releases. And when you go to distrowatch.com right now, it's kind of slow over there. There's not too many new distro releases going on right now. And not any that really interest me to review, you know. Like there's some server distro releases and Red Core Linux, which is another Gentoo based Linux. Distro had a release about a week ago, new release, but I've reviewed Red Core at least 2 times, maybe 3 times already on the channel. But I would love to take another look at Sabian. If I do review Sabian, what desktop environment should I check out? Do you have a personal preference? It is hard to read the chat and game. I may have to ignore some of the chat for a while because I'm about to die, I think. But I'm going to get that guy. Dang! And the counter-terrorist won. Use mentions that any flavor of Sabian should be okay. Okay. I'm trying to remember which ones I've taken a look at. I know I reviewed the LXQT edition of Sabian at one point, and I think I looked at the Mate version as well. I really like the LXQT version. I may do one of the bigger desktop environments this time when I take a look at Sabian. Maybe GNOME or KDE. They're not the kind of desktop environments I typically run myself, but I know a lot of users would appreciate me taking a look at those desktop environments. Use mentions, just a note, we are still using Anaconda, but we are moving to Calamares next release. Yeah. I don't mind the Anaconda installer. I like the Calamares installer a lot, though. One thing about the Calamares installer I never like, though, and I complain about it every time I review a distro that uses it, is what is up with the very last screen in Calamares, where you have to restart now. You have to tick on that restart now button, right? And it's in a weird spot. It's nowhere near the OK button, you know, and it's not ticked on by default. It makes no sense to me anyway. And Use mentioned, yeah, that's an upstream issue. Yeah, that's Calamari's problem. You just think somebody would have mentioned something about it before. That's kind of an odd thing, because it's very easy not to tick on that restart now checkbox and hit OK, and you're still in the live environment. Where like the Ubiquity installer and all your other installers, when you get done with the install, it automatically wants to reboot the computer. It's kind of ticked on by default. You just hit OK and it reboots. Adrian is asking, what time is it here in the U.S.? So we're at, let's see, it's 10 o'clock, 10 till 4, not 10 o'clock. It's 3:50 p.m. Use mentions, did I file a bug report with the Calamares? No, I didn't. I should, though. Though I'm not sure if they would really consider it a bug, but I should ask them about it. Because it's not, it's not necessarily a bug, but I just think it's something most users of that installer expect.
Maybe let's go mid.
Other than that, though, the Calamares installer is fantastic. Dang, this guy just raped my entire team and me. Yeah, Lamer mentions, yeah, the central time zone is what I'm in, so yeah, it's 3:47 p.m. I really wish while I was dead I could escape out of the game and show you guys the chat. But again, with my super key as the mod key in the tiling window manager, I don't think it will let me. I'm trying all kinds of key combinations and I cannot get out of this. I'll have to work on this next time I do one of these. I'm going to figure out a way to get out of this. How to get Steam to release my mouse and keyboard. Wow. I'm doing terrible at this game. But to be honest with you, I'm not really focused on the game. I was really focused more on could I actually get a stream up and working here in Arch Linux. I'm actually going to exit to the main menu for a second, because when I get to the main menu I can actually escape the mouse. It'll actually release the mouse. I don't know why. I don't know why it will let me do it from here, but I can't do it from the game. Anyway, I'm going to read a little bit of the chat. Elston is here. I have 52 Flatpak apps installed. This is going to change the way we look at distros. I agree. I love Flatpak. I love Snap. I haven't done much with app images, but I'm sure they're great too. Matter of fact, I installed a couple of Flatpaks on this Arch install. And I always end up installing a few things from Snap as well. So, will it change the way we do installs, install software? Absolutely. It's great, having a way to install software that's kind of distro agnostic. And eventually it'll get to the point where almost everything is probably going to be available as a snap or as a Flatpak. Alright, some of the chat I've missed. Sorry guys, while I was playing the game I kind of ignored the chat a little bit. What do you think about i3? Or if you were asking me, I haven't looked at it too much. I've reviewed the Manjaro i3 edition, but that was just a very quick glance at that particular distro. I don't really know much about i3. I've never used it, so never lived in it. The only tiling window managers I've ever lived in on actual hardware of my own, Xmonad. I've lived in Xmonad before for quite some time, actually. I really like Xmonad. Qtile is what I'm using right now. It's a tiling window manager written in Python. I really love Qtile, and I've lived in Awesome before. The Awesome window manager, it's nice. But I am going to take a look at i3 on the channel soon. Lamer mentions he lives in Illinois. That's why he's in the Central Time Zone and knew what the correct time was. Mr. Go F yourself. He's got to run. Audio amigos. We'll see you, Mr. F. Alright, so do you know about the Zen installer? I don't, if that was to me. Do you think it's good? I don't know anything about it, to be honest. Zeb, you need to get the chat browser plug-in so you can have chat in the OBS stream in a smaller window. Good tip, Zeb. I didn't expect to be trapped in the Steam game, though. I've never had that happen before. But again, the previous times I was doing these streams, I wasn't in a tiling window manager, and that may be messing up some of the key bindings. Oh well. It's a test stream. Well, it's not really a test stream. There's no test streams. It's all going live on the channel. Let's see. I wish Snap didn't use System D. Yeah, me too. It's a real pain. There have been a couple of distros I've installed recently that did not use System D. Antics doesn't use System D, and Calculate Linux doesn't use System D. And I really liked both those distros, Calculate in particular, but I really hated that I could not install Snapd on those machines because, again, so much software is available as snaps now, and yeah, but it sucks. Surely somebody's going to come up with some workaround to where snaps can be installed on distros that do not use the System D init system. At least I hope so. Used. I'm a hardcore Linux guy. I use Mate. Just my 2 cents. I point and click. Mate's nice, though. I like Mate, too. Hey DT, have you tried those BFD hardening upgrades before I run? No, I haven't. Some more Zen installer talk. Lamer mentions the Zen installer is an Arch installer. It is a good Arch installer, but I don't know if it's being supported. Okay, so is it a GUI installer rather than, the standard command line way of installing Arch? Is it kind of like what's that Arch-based distro that has an installer, but it's not like a really graphical installer like Calamares or Ubiquity? Is it a Archbang? Or I remember their installer is it's a text-based installer, but it's not like command line. It's more like an incurses kind of interface to it. It's not too bad though. I'm not sure what their installer, what installer they're running. Keegan, I hear Antics runs great on live streams. Yeah, just don't base it on Debian unstable. So who mentioned Arch? Devwan, a Debian spinoff, it doesn't use System D. Yeah, but I don't hate System D. I really don't care too much about the init system on my machines too much. I'm fine with standard Debian with System D. I'm not looking to move to a Debian spinoff just to get away from System D. I've never really understood the hate with System D, but again, I'm not like a sysadmin or anything. Again, every init system is the same to me. I don't care if they're running a sysv, OpenRC, the old Upstart init system, They all work. Adrian, how does AUR work? Is it like a tarball hub? Basically, it is a community repo, kind of like your PPAs in Ubuntu. So it's all community projects. So you don't want to just install just anything from the AUR, because there is potential for some breakage or people doing malicious things. I've never had it happen personally, but it is a community repo, and basically there are packages in there. When you install them from the AUR, it builds them from source. If you want to get more technical into it, there is an ArchWiki page on the AUR, how to make your own AUR packages, and then of course how to install AUR packages. i3 gaps is great. I use Arch plus i3 gaps. Okay. Eventually I'll take a look at i3. The problem with i3 is I would have to set it up. I'd have to configure it. And with Qtile and Xmonad, because I've used them both for many years, and I save my configs. I have my own GitHub repo that I have the configs saved to. I didn't really have to configure Qtile and Xmonad too much, because I've already got that squared away, where if I go to something new I haven't used before like i3, I've got to write a config to basically have everything set up the way I want it. Yeah, Zeb mentions, as long as it boots and works, I'm not focused on the back end. Yeah, I agree. As long as it boots up, that's really all I need the init system to do. Okay, well, I got caught up on that a little bit. I'm going to try to play the game one last time. Just because I've been so bad at this game on this stream. I mean, I was bad at this game the other two times I tried to play it, but man, I'm really not doing good in this game. I'm actually going to try to play for real now. Go get 'em, Rambo. Zeb, yeah. I do need to get the chat window in the stream, though. I was able to do that in the previous distros I was running. But anyway, I was just going to do a short stream today anyway. So I'm probably going to play the game here for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and... Wow, watch your language, guys. These kids. Comrade Curio. Xmonad is king. Yeah, I love Xmonad. Xmonad is a fantastic window manager. It does so many things right. The main thing it does right is multi-monitors. I love the way Xmonad handles multi-monitors. It just makes sense. Unlike the way some tiling window managers, like Awesome Window Manager, which I like Awesome, but I do not like the way Awesome does multi-monitors. The way Awesome Window Manager does multi-monitors is each monitor has its own group of workspaces. That, to me, is kind of confusing and doesn't make too much sense to me. The way Xmonad and the way Qtile both do multi-monitors is you have, say, 9 workspaces. Monitor 1 is workspace 1. Monitor 2 is workspace 2. Monitor 3 is workspace 3. If I hit a key combination to change monitor 3 from workspace 3 to workspace 9, it does that. And, you know, it just makes sense. It's simple, intuitive. Where Awesome Window Manager has workspaces 1 through 9 on monitor 1. A different group of workspaces 1 through 9 on monitor 2, you know. That's confusing to me. Am I just running around in a circle here? I don't know if I know this map either. I'm not sure if I've ever played this one. Never been on this ship before. Seems like the ones I always do are the desert ones. Alright, so let's switch to the rifle. I have a rifle now. Looks like an M4. A fine weapon. I like M4s. I have a few AR-15s of my own. They're nice weapons. Fun little guns to shoot. Shoots a nice, light, 22 caliber round. Easy to shoot. Even for kids. Hardly any recoil. The one problem with them is they're loud. The round it shoots, the 2.23 caliber round, really loud. That bullet comes out of there screaming. I like AK-47s too, though. You got several AK-47s too. Good AK-47s, like Russian AK-47s, not the cheap Chinese-made crap. Which is probably what these guys in the game are using. It's probably a Romanian Wasser. This guy here is running around. He's got a gas mask on. The terrorists won that one. So we won one round. The terrorists won one. Alright, we got to come back here. Let's see. Let's see if we can get this done. Alright. Now that I kind of know what's going on with this map, I kind of getting the feel for the game again. I'm actually... Let's see where this guy is going. I'm just going to follow this guy. That's probably what I should just do. Follow the people that look like they know what they're doing. Well, that didn't work out for me. What did this guy shoot me with? A Desert Eagle? That's a 50 caliber handgun. That thing could stop a giraffe. Speaking of things with hardly any recoil, the Desert Eagle is not one of them. Hold on to it with both hands. I'm not sure what's going on here. So these terrorists, these are not like the Middle Eastern terrorists that were in the desert. This is like Somali pirates here, I guess. I will say, Counter-Strike is a very, very fun game. If you guys like team-based first-person shooters, I can see the appeal. I see why tens of millions of people play this game every month. I could see how it could become addicting, which is why I don't game a lot. I could get consumed in the game, where I have to run home so I can game. I don't want to be one of those people.
Dude, you guys just need to kick your last boy.
Yo, he's AFK.
Yeah, just kick him. Where do you guys
The terrorists win. Okay, one more game. So the terrorists won 2 of these games, the last 2, but the counter-terrorists won the first one. Let's see if we can at least even up the score before I go. And where are these guys? I'm going to wait for all these guys to go ahead. Is that cheating? Because I seem to get killed when I just go all John Rambo and try to lead the way. Yeah, let these guys do whatever it is they're going to do. Ooh. Alright. Dang. Alright. I'm a little scared here, guys. I'm not sure. Not sure what to do here. Should I just charge? Oh. That's not good. I'm gonna run out of ammo eventually. And I still may not get this guy. Dang. Oh, this is crazy. Wow, and the terrorist detonated the bomb while I was fooling around with this guy. And I still didn't kill him. You know what, though? I felt like I was getting better those last couple of games. Like, you know, I could eventually become like a world-class first-person shooter. Anyway, back to the chat before we go here. Let's see. The Deagle does headshot kills, just like the AK. Well, the Desert Eagle shoots around about that big around. So you could probably shoot somebody in the leg and it would count as a headshot kill. Mars, I'd love to try Qtile, but I'm not sure if it's on Void or not. I probably should just compile it from source, though. I feel like I've outgrown i3 already. Yeah, give Qtile a try. It's all Python, so it might not be on Void, but if it's not, it's probably not hard to compile. I wonder if you could install it with pip. I'm not sure on that. I haven't found Qtile not being in anybody's repos, so it's in Debian. It's in Arch. It's in Gentoo. I don't know. It might be in Void. Check it out. Zandman. Yeah, I gave up gaming for the same reason 3-4 years ago when I got hooked on StarCraft 2. Yeah, I just don't have time. It's one reason I don't game. But even if I had the time, like if I spent hours and hours every week gaming, that's hours and hours that I should be working, doing this channel, spending time at the gym, even spending time like with the family, you know, more better life commitments, you know. You got to prioritize a little bit. You shouldn't be moving while shooting in this game. Your accuracy goes really low while moving. Thank you for the tip. That might explain why I emptied about 4 magazines into that one guy and I never killed him before he exploded the bomb. Sergey, the main dev of Redcore, is here. Awesome. Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, I've never figured out how to pronounce your name. Is it Gyunen? I know that's not right. Maybe you could help me out with a kind of an English pronunciation. But thanks for joining the stream. And I do need to take a look at the recent release of Redcore. So we had one of the Sabian guys here. Definitely going to take a look at Sabian 1805. I'm going to keep taking a look at Redcore. I've reviewed Redcore at least 2 or 3 times now. I actually really like Redcore. The one thing now that I've got the main dev here is mirrors. I wish Redcore had more mirrors. I think you guys only have, is it 2 mirrors? And the main dev of Redcore, he says, "Shh, I'm undercover." Silent Reboot mentions DWM from Suckless is awesome too. Yeah, DWM is another tiling window manager I've never taken a look at. I know Awesome Window Manager is a fork from DWM, but it's a fork from many, many, many years ago, and DWM and Awesome are nothing alike now. Diamatma. Debian, Arch, Gentoo, the 3 distros with the widest repos in the world. Well, of course, Qtile is in those. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you're not going to find too much that's not in the Debian or the Arch or the Gentoo repos. And even if you did, chances are there's a .deb file out there. There's an AUR package out there somewhere, or one of the Gentoo overlays. It is really, really hard not to find some package in Debian, Arch, or Gentoo. It's very rare. Alright, Zebedee, I don't game. The motion makes me feel sick after about 20 minutes in a first-person shooter. I can see that. Gunhun. Gunhun? Is that it? You guys seeing a little flickering on the screen? I'm seeing it in OBS. So, you guys mention anything if you're seeing any kind of flickering on the live stream. One thing I did notice for you guys that do OBS live streams, or even just OBS recording in general, even not live, one thing I've noticed using Qtile and Xmonad using the Compton compositor. Kill the Compton compositor before you start recording. The Compton compositor causes some major flickering in certain programs. I don't know why. But if I had Compton right now, all kinds of things would be flickering, and Windows would be turning black and then coming back on. And so the Compton compositor and OBS do not get along. So right now we have 3 mirrors. We're looking for some more. That's great. So the last time I took a look at your distro, I think you only had 2 mirrors. But yeah, it would be great if you guys could get more mirrors, because I think that's probably one of the things holding you back. Because it's a great distro. Redcore is a fantastic Gentoo based distro. Does so many things well. But one thing that a lot of people won't accept is slow mirrors. And Sergey, yes, it flickers. Okay, I saw some flickering. So, you guys confirmed it? Okay. Well, I have to check that out. It seems to be just this one window. Let's see. I'm going to keep this this scene up, but this is not flickering at all. But this one here, I'm getting some flickering. I'm not sure why. And Gunhan, I guess, was pretty close. That's pretty much it. Sounds more like it should. Okay, so it's not really right, but it's better than what I tried to pronounce the first time. Good to know. What distro would you recommend for tablets? I don't know. I don't own a tablet. Maybe somebody in the stream can help you out there. I really should buy a tablet, though, to play with. Not much of a mobile guy. I mean, I have a mobile phone, but even my phone, I mainly just use it to make phone calls. I'm kind of old school. I use it to make phone calls and occasionally to text, but I don't really do any computing on my mobile phone, Occasionally I'll pull up the web browser. Alright, Adrian mentions Redcore is gaining a lot of popularity. Yes, I've noticed that too in the last few months. Redcore is kind of skyrocketing in the Distro Watch page hit rankings. Deservedly so. Alright, Lamer, I'm going to get Redcore a look on VirtualBox. Yep. And Gunhan, kernel 4.16 is full of flicker issues. If you're running that, you should try downgrade. Yeah, I am running the latest kernel. Good call on that. Let me confirm that. So, now I'm using 4.15.15. That's still a pretty recent kernel. I probably should do one of the LTS kernels. I know the last time I ran an Arch-based distro, which was just a few weeks back, I stuck with the 4.9 kernel. And that worked great for me. Anyway, guys, the stream's been up for about an hour. I'm actually going to go ahead and kill the stream. I know this was a rather lengthy and kind of pointless stream. But, it served a purpose because I can't really test out OBS. You can't do a test stream in OBS. There is a test stream function in OBS. There's a button in certain versions of OBS there's a button that actually says test stream. You cannot use that button in Linux. You can click on it and it will send a test stream to YouTube, but YouTube immediately bans you for 90 days for clicking that button. Ask me how I know. So the only way to really do a test stream is to actually just start a real stream, which is what I did here. So that's why I chose to play Counter-Strike Global Offensive, is because I knew I wasn't going to do anything serious in the stream. I just wanted to see if audio and video and everything was working. And I did see a little bit of flicker just now from this scene. So there is some flickering issues. I'm going to have to play around a little bit with the settings and see what's causing that. I never had flickering issues with my webcam in OBS like this before. So anyway, I want to thank everybody that joined the stream. You guys were great. You guys are, as a matter of fact, you guys really bailed me out. Lamer, thank you for the NVEC encoder, because that really fixed our problems with the stream live game. I want to thank everybody that's still hanging out here. Adrian, Countryfied, Diamata, Gunhan, Mars, Mr. Go Elf Yourself, Parsing Elf, Sergey Silent, Lamer, Zeb, all you guys that were here earlier in the stream. I appreciate it. Before I go, I do want to just do a quick special thanks to all my patrons, all my Patreon supporters: Ron, Brian, Carl, Greg, Carlos, Rob, Mark, Christian, Benjamin, Stephen, AK, Marcus, Kevin, Bob, Darkwin, Jake, Interceptor, and Matt Miller. You guys rock. You guys help support this channel and make these streams possible. Peace, guys.